Hi, I'm Scott Slotten, and today I'll be doing a presentation on integrity. The greatness of a man is not how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. That was said by Bob Marley. Some think that how popular or rich you are can define how big of a man you are, but what defines you as a man is how much you can look yourself in the mirror and like what you see. Integrity to Webster's dictionary is the quality of being honest and strong moral principle or moral uprightness. With integrity, you have nothing to fear since you have nothing to hide. With integrity, you will do the right thing, so you will have no guilt. That was said by Zig Ziglar. Integrity to me is doing the right thing all the time, even when it's a very difficult decision. You must act in the way that you feel is right and hope others follow. As a coach, you must hold yourself to a higher standard than you hold your players, hoping that your players recognize that and they too hold themselves to the higher standard. It doesn't mean that you are perfect, but you must accept your mistakes and apologize for them. Integrity is very important. Integrity is used in every daily life, whether it's athletics, school, work, relationships with family and friends. Your daily decisions made in private will affect everyone around you. Making bad decisions will weigh on your moral code and weigh on you in other decisions in life. People with high integrity develop trust in others, and especially those they are close to. Having high integrity helps you become a better leader and a better role model for those that you do lead, hoping that they do follow and lead in your footsteps. When you have high integrity, life becomes a little simpler, and you don't have to worry about hiding anything. An instance of good integrity. About 10 years ago in baseball, Armando Galarraga had gotten 26 straight batters out in a Major League Baseball game, 1 out away from a perfect game. He then, during the last batter, got a ground ball, the shortstop threw the guy out. The umpire saw something different, he called him safe. Armando Galarraga held his cool, finished the game with a one-hitter and a shutout still, but lost his perfect game. After the game, the umpire, knowing that the fans and the crowd had gone crazy and the coach had gone crazy, he went to the replay booth and looked at it and saw that he made a mistake, that the guy was out by a step or two, and showing his moral code and his high integrity, he went to the locker room to Armando Galarraga and apologized for his mistake and told him, "You should have had a perfect game," and he felt terrible. He wanted to punish himself for screwing up a guy's perfect game, but all was well, and Jim Joyce, the umpire, showed great integrity in that moment. Examples of bad integrity. Letting a star player play after he broke a rule when another athlete on your team that may be lower in talent had sat for that same mistake. Also, another low integrity, placing rules on your staff that you yourself wouldn't follow, your staff or your kids. Placing rules that you yourself wouldn't follow. Bad integrity, another thing of bad integrity, intentionally hurting someone in a game so that your team would benefit from that injury. Bruce Brown said in a book that we read this semester, participation in sports also offers an equal opportunity to experience and learn the exact opposite of all good lessons. No easier place exists in a young person's life to learn to cheat than in sports. That quote in the book really struck me because I coach a lot of sports here at my school, and if we don't teach the kids the rules, or if we teach them how to bend the rules or break the rules, then yes, we are teaching them to have low integrity. And we as coaches got to do a better job of making sure they understand the rules, and even if there is a way to squeak by the rules, that we go by the rules so those kids do learn those valuable life lessons. Integrity in athletics. Integrity must be taught to your athletes. It's not the best way to teach it is to be shown. All your coaches must be on the same page on what you expect out of your kids, and you must all show the integrity that is expected of your kids. You must praise athletes that show good integrity. If your athletes do something good off the field, because coaches are always complimenting good plays and touchdowns and good baskets, but not a lot of athletes get to hear, "Hey, you showed great moral code there," or "You showed great integrity by helping that kid in the hallway." And that needs to be praised with those kids. You need to remind your athletes of team rules and rules of the game so they don't make the mistakes. If they're constantly reminded, it's going to constantly be in the back of the head so they don't make those mistakes. And then hold everyone accountable for their actions. If they do screw up, hold them accountable. Don't hate them for it. Hold them accountable, make them serve their punishment, and then get back to normal day business. Situation in sports. Your football team's getting killed by a hurry-up offense, and your athletes had seen it in college football and said, "Coach, should we fake some cramps?" Because college football players do it to slow down offenses. What do? Well, I would say no, you never would teach your kids to fake cramps, and I would never say that college athletes are actually doing this. If it actually is done, those coaches should definitely check themselves and make sure that isn't being done, but you would never let your athletes fake an injury to slow down the tempo of a game. Situation 2, a coach installs a new grade policy that his players can't play with Fs. He doesn't hold that grade policy till week 4 because school just starts and you want to let kids get acclimated to their classes. Week 4 comes around, multiple kids have failing grades. One happens to be a senior, he's failing 2 classes, and it's homecoming week. He can't get those grades up because he's dug himself too big of a hole, and he has to sit homecoming week. You get a call from mom, and mom wants to strike a deal with you. She wants you to let him play homecoming week because it's his senior homecoming and he'll sit the next 2 weeks. What do? I've actually had this happen to me. I obviously did not let the kid play, and I held my integrity. The mom was not happy with me. She threatened me, and the conversation ended there, but the kid didn't get to play. He also wasn't passing the next week and did not get to play. So even if I would have taken that deal, it wouldn't have worked with mom because he would have had to sit that next week anyway for his grades. So I held my integrity and stuck with my new rule that I installed on a team. Success without integrity is failure. You'll never truly be a championship team without integrity. No team's complete without character. In my eyes, I tell my players we could win 10 to 12 games a year, but if we are not acting with the character that I expect, we're not truly champions. A story of integrity at its best. I show this clip to my athletes every year. It's from Remember the Titans. Gary Bertier, the captain on the team, their quarterback gets hurt. He knows that his best friend, the tight end, screwed up that block on purpose. So the quarterback, who was of the other color, didn't get yards or did get hurt. And he wants Ray, his best friend, to get cut from the team. He goes to the coach. The coach says, "Gary, you know my stance on this. I don't cut players, but you sure can." With great integrity, Gary, maybe sacrificing a friendship, pulls his buddy out in the hall and cuts him from the team. And I think I show my team that every year, not because I want my captains cutting players, but just to show what great leadership actually is on a football team. Integrity in your life, you got to make the right choices when no one's watching. You got to ask yourself, would my parents support this decision? If they don't, then you're making the wrong choice. Can this choice get me in trouble or my team in trouble and affect a game or the chances of success in our season? You got to ask yourself, if the shoe were on the other foot, would I want this done to me? And if you wouldn't want it done to you, you probably shouldn't do it to others. And then lastly, in the long run, where will this decision take me? If I make the right decision, will it take me here? And if I make the wrong decision, will it drop me to here? You got to ask yourself that in every situation you get put in life, whether you're a kid or an adult. But for the kids' sake, I remind them of this every day. Lastly, just a bit of local integrity. We had a girl in South Dakota that was a great golfer, won a state championship, but signed a wrong scorecard. And she went to her coach, said, "I signed the wrong scorecard, I don't feel right about this." Then went to the state, said, "I signed the wrong scorecard." And she herself said that she was DQ'd herself, which lost her a state championship and her team a state championship. And I just think if a young girl can do this just for a little scorecard mishap, then all our kids should be able to show this integrity. That's it, and thank you very much.